Good afternoon, Sir Patrick back here. We are in town, not necessarily downtown, but a little ways away from downtown. You can see, I'm going to turn you way over there, way off in the distance. Now you can't really see all that well. That building right there, those are the Twin Towers, the Petronas Towers. I am here to do a little bit of shopping. I'm going to grab some grub. I found a place down the street, we're going to eventually get there, where you can get some great stir-fried food, prawns, mussels, things like this for, you know, like about 6 ringgit, which would be about the equivalent of eating for like $2. Fantastic meal for around $2. You can't really beat that. But let me show you a little bit of the street here. Here we are. As you can see right now, we got all sorts of fresh vegetables, fruits, things like this. Looks like star fruits, Fuji apples, all sorts of great stuff. Plantains, bananas, little chiquito plátanos. Lots going on. This place is always hustling and bustling. And I'm just going to take you up and down the street a little bit here, just to kind of give you an idea of what the life is like here. A guy like me, by the way, stands out like a sore thumb. You probably don't know this, but people are staring at me just about everywhere I go. Mostly the men. The women I seem to do okay with out here, but the men, I don't know if they're just not used to seeing a white guy with piercings and tattoos walking down the street or what. What's amazing about this place is that, you know, you will get the most intoxicating smells, whether it be curries and garlics, fried garlic, roasted garlic, fennel, and then of course you've got all the smell of the fresh flowers here, which they weave into these beautiful, I don't know what you call them, hanging things. A lot of vendors everywhere you go. Everyone's trying to sell you something. But you know, like I said, you can turn the corner and next thing you know, you're just smelling feces and trash. So it's really kind of a interesting juxtaposition. But a lot of curries. Here is some Chinese food going on. They always have like a little buffet thing going on. It really doesn't look all that good to me. It's mostly curries that I see. I'm not big on curries. I actually, well, I shouldn't say that. I love curry, but it's not. It's kind of heavy food, and with the kind of performing that I do, I don't really like to take that in too much. So we're gonna go down across the street. I wanted to show you something here across the street. There is, I guess you would call it an exotic pet store. It's pretty interesting, and I thought it was worth noting. Now, just so you know, today marks kind of the beginning of Chinese New Year. Excuse me while I risk my life going across the street. Chinese New Year begins today. By tonight, it'll actually be one of the few Saturday nights that we perform that the club will not be packed. Everybody pretty much shuts down. They have a big dinner at night. Almost all the businesses shut down and everything like that. The town will be pretty much dead. You could walk up and down the street and see nothing. One of the few nights that you'll actually experience something like that. Now here we go. We're going to go into the pet store here, and I want to show you some of the exotic pets that we got going on. All sorts of birds. And some of these are pretty garden variety store birds. But then you got something like this. I don't know if you can see this. Oh, and he's not going to come out now. Yesterday he was out. Let me get over here. I don't know if you can see curled up in there. That's a bush baby. I don't know if that's legal here or not, but he sure is cute. Let me zoom in on him a little bit. There he is. He's just napping. Cute little guy. I won't bug him too much. There's another one in there too. I don't know if you can really see. And then down here, I don't know what that is. It's like a hedgehog, I guess. White hedgehog. They're darn cute. They don't look like you could probably pet them. But, and then a lot of gerbils. You got some birds. There's a lot of live birds flying around here too, so you gotta kind of watch out. I don't know what that is, but that can't. Is that legal? That can't be legal. Can't be legal. And then of course, you know, your parrots, your macaws, you know, things like that. God, I'm so scared to walk through this part. Kind of a trip. Some sort of little shrine thing going on here. I don't know what that is. It looks like they're getting ready for Chinese New Year here too. So they're setting up some teas. It looks like bean cake and whatnot. And This cute little lady screaming at somebody for something, so I'm not going to hang around too long. That is probably another illegal bird. It really, I have to tell you, it stinks in here, but it's worth checking out just to see. Next door is a little dog place. They sell mostly dogs. I think they may sell some kittens too. But we're gonna head on out of here. There you go. Now we can get kind of a view of the city. Now, this is what's so interesting to me is that you have really along here a lot of poverty, a lot of as we get into the streets and stuff like that, you'll notice that people are living in almost filth, you know, but it's still so colorful, very vibrant. And then you'll see these high-rises just kind of sticking up above them, and it makes me very thankful for where I'm living. I don't know, you can't really see from here, but past those buildings is where my hotel is, and it's kind of a high-rise like that as well. And it really makes me thankful for the fact that I get to stay in such a beautiful place when it can be kind of such a mess down here. But I do love coming through here. I absolutely love it. I come here almost every day, try and find some food. Like I said, I found a place down the street that I totally dig their food. And super cheap. As much as it can be really fun, we get an allotment at the hotel and we're able to eat really, really well there. I tend to save mine up for the buffet on Sunday, which can cost about 150 ringgit, which is still pretty expensive even in US dollars, but really worth it. Awesome buffet. But you can eat really, really well there. Of course, in my opinion, it's really not exploring the local flavor of this town. If you ask me, you want to get some good grub, you come right along here on these alley streetways, and there's always some sort of vendor willing to cook you up something. You do have to watch your step around here. The steps are all kind of broken. They're all very uneven, and you could easily break your neck just walking along here. Excuse me. But it's a lot of fun. Just about anything that you want to see. You can see something's dripping on me. I don't know what the hell that is, but it's kind of creeping me out. There we got some fried donut-y type stuff. More flour stuff. These things are everywhere. Everyone's looking at me like I'm a crazy madman, and I'm okay with that. We'll try and get out of the noise here a little bit. What's up, dude? Now, for those of you who aren't really aware of Malaysian culture, Malaysia is just north of Singapore by a few hours, probably a few-hour flight. And Singapore actually used to be part of Malaysia. Broke off, God, I don't really remember when, but it wasn't long ago, in the 20th century. And there is a little bit kind of a rivalry, I guess, if you would say, between Singapore and Malaysia. You have to be very, very careful about distinguishing the difference. They always are very, very adamant about announcing, you know, where they're from and who they are. Some cultures that little tips that I picked up so far: never shake somebody's hand with your left hand, which is not really most people's instinct anyway, but it's considered very offensive. If somebody gives you a business card, you accept it graciously, you read it before putting it away, and you always take a business card with two hands. But when you do shake their hand, you always want to hold your hand out and support your arm with your left arm, showing a sign of respect. Many people do that to us at the nightclub. Last night, I had a guy who was a, what do they call it? A Dota. I think I'm saying that right. I might be saying that wrong. I'm such a horrible host. But kind of like the equivalent of a sir, if you will, a knight here in town. And he was sort of the VIP guest. Took a liking to me, him and his lady friends. And he decided that his way of showing his gratitude for putting on a great show was to shove a bottle of vodka down my throat. Now, I can't stand vodka. Absolutely can't stand vodka. It was a good bottle of vodka, but I just hate vodka. But being who he is, what we call face out here is a really, really big thing. You don't want to lose face. somebody offers you something like that, you just gotta take it. You gotta suck it up. It's part of the job. So he made me count to 5 while he proceeded to pour the entire bottle down my throat, and I had to swallow it in front of him in his table. Otherwise, I would have been considered really, really disrespectful. And I did. Now, I'm not a drinker anyway. I hate vodka. If it had been a bottle of whiskey, I might have done a little better with it. But I did it. 20 minutes later, I was smashed, absolutely smashed. I'm not one that likes to get drunk, so it was kind of unique for me. But our friend Dave, I think I put